Hi guys, it's Cassie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my 0 to 3 month newborn essentials. When I was pregnant and creating my gift registry, I scoured all of the blogs and YouTube videos and all of these kinds of things looking for recommendations of items to purchase. And then from that list of all the items that we were gifted and things that we bought and yada yada yada, I compiled a list of my newborn essentials. So these are all items that I have that we've used and that I think definitely helped out in the first 3 months. So if you're interested in finding out what I think are my newborn essentials, then just keep on watching. So I have a list on my phone is where I created the original one, because I also will be posting this on my blog with all of the items, and then I was missing a few things from the original post, so I have it on my notepad here. I'm not going to be holding up any actual items just because it would have taken forever to like collect things, but I'll put names, links, all of the stuff where you can find these items. I decided to put together this list because as a first-time mom, it's so overwhelming, the kinds of things that you need and whether or not you actually need them. Some of these things are definitely like luxury items and we probably could have done without, to be honest. Like, they were essentials in the sense that I was really grateful that I had them and we used them, but it wasn't like you cannot have a baby if you didn't have a boppy newborn lounger, you know, that kind of thing. I'm also not going to be talking about clothes because obviously your child needs to wear clothes, and like blankets, there's like some kind of common sense things I will be leaving out. Broken down everything into categories, and we're going to start with bedtime essentials. So Connor and I chose to put Camdyn in a bassinet in our room, so that's where he's been sleeping for the past 3 months and where he will hopefully continue to sleep for the next 3 months, and then we will transition him to a crib. The bassinet that we chose was the Fisher-Price Soothing Motions bassinet. I really like the bassinet because the like pad comes out, it's super easy to wash. The bassinet itself has like a little shelf on the bottom, which is really handy. It has a mobile up top, and then it comes with like this, I don't know what to call it, sound box that plays music, white noise, has like a very minimal vibration, which I know when I was doing research on this bassinet, some people didn't like. I think it works perfect for our family. It also can put like a light in the bassinet and then a light on the ceiling. So the bassinet's been working out great for us. We were really grateful for it and glad that we have it. When I have to get up with him in the middle of the night, he's right there. Plop him into our bed, I change him in bed, and then I will feed him. Bassinet sheets, so we use the Bublo baby bassinet sheets. They're just like standard bassinet sheets. They came in a pack of 2, and then I rotate them every week that I do laundry, assuming that he hasn't destroyed them. It's always nice to have a backup set, but I don't really think you need more than 2 just because they don't sleep in the bassinet for that long, and I never found that I like needed more than 2 sets at one time, I guess, if that makes sense. I definitely recommend getting a sleep sack. Camdyn didn't really sleep in a swaddle. He kind of did, but then not all the time. So the swaddles that we used were the Summer Infant Swaddle Me's. They're really great because they're Velcro. There's kind of mixed research on whether or not you should actually even be swaddling babies now. So we decided not to do a traditional swaddle with a receiving blanket or a muslin blanket or whatever you want to call it. But we did have these Swaddle Me's, so they're like easy swaddle, and you just kind of like put them in and then wrap them around. I wish we would have started it earlier and consistently. Like, he seemed to sleep fine without it, so we didn't use it. And then around when he was like 6 weeks, he was kind of really fussy at night and hard to get to go to sleep. So the swaddle came in handy then. I think the next time we have a baby, we will like swaddle consistently from the beginning. But we do use a sleep sack because I live in an apartment where I don't control the heat and it's really hot. So we have to sleep with the window open. So then Camdyn needs to be warm at night. So we use a sleep sack. We have a couple different ones, but my favorite one is the Nested Bean sleep sack. Got the little bean, it's weighted on there. It's really good material. But we also have like a warmer, like random Winnie the Pooh one that we also use. Probably one of my favorite things that I was gifted for from my baby shower was this nightlight. So it's called the VAVA nightlight, and it like looks like an egg. And you like tap it and you can turn the light on and then hold it to make it brighter or dimmer, and then you can change between warm light and cool light. It is absolutely amazing. So I had read that you should have a night light or something in your room. That way when baby wakes up in the middle of the night, you're not like flicking on the lights trying to find things, because then you're gonna wake them up and they're not gonna go back to bed. So we use this night light, and it's portable, which is great. It's got a charger, but it doesn't have to be on the charger all the time. 10 out of 10 recommend. Like, I will probably gift this to every mom in the future because it was the greatest gift that I had ever received. Yeah, so those are all of the things that I would use for nighttime. Obviously he needs pajamas and all of that kind of stuff, but those are kind of the basics. So next we have travel essentials. First on that is you need a diaper bag. I use the WIFA diaper bag. It's on Amazon. Literally every woman that is a mother has this diaper bag. I swear, we see it out all the time, but I love it. So it's like a backpack style. It's got lots of room. It has little pockets where you can kind of shove different things, and then it has an insulated like pocket on the front for bottles or milk or whatever. It's not a traditional diaper bag, which I like, and it's spacious. We also have another like duffel bag style one that we use when we're going away, so we can put all of his clothes and stuff in it. But the Mwifa, I don't know if I'm saying that right, diaper bag is our everyday diaper bag. Portable change pad. So if you were to buy that diaper bag, it doesn't come with a change pad, whereas some diaper bags do. So we bought the Lekebaby lightweight diaper changing mat clutch, or we were gifted it, I should say. It's got, you can put it down on like change tables. It's got little pockets. It's super compact, just a standard change pad. I don't know, but I do recommend getting one if you were to get that one. The car seat we use is the Evenflo Lite Max LS. I really like this one. It was cute. It's not heavy, obviously, and it's safe. Live in an apartment, as I mentioned, so we needed like a bucket that was light that we can take from the car to our apartment and so forth. So that was why I had chosen that one. And then we also bought an extra car seat base because we have 2 vehicles and we kind of consistently use both vehicles a lot, and it wasn't feasible to be like unclipping the base and putting it in another vehicle and then putting it back into the one vehicle and so on and so forth. You can put the car seat in without a base. There's a way to do it, but the bases just make it so much simpler. So I definitely recommend you at least get one. But if you have 2 vehicles and you're kind of evenly splitting time between both vehicles, just save yourself the hassle and get 2. Also for the car, a car mirror. So we use the Jolly Jumpers driver's baby mirror 360-degree view. I have one in my car, and we also just bought another one to put in Connor's car. It is great because when you're driving, you can like set it so you can see them in the back seat. Camdyn's also at that point where he's looking at himself, so he can see himself in the mirror and it kind of entertains him in the car. The stroller that we use is the Maxi-Cosi Lara Ultracompact stroller. We opted not for a travel system, or not to do a travel system, because I heard that they were kind of bulky, and well, they do have the benefits of like when we go to the store, it's kind of a pain because we have to take him out of the car seat and into the stroller, out of the car seat and into a carrier. But our stroller is super compact, super easy. You can open it and close it with one hand. It's great, and it's gonna last a really long time. So I mentioned that we like to put him in a carrier, so we use both a actual baby carrier and then we have a wrap. So the carrier that we use is the Evenflo breathable carrier. It was a little hard to kind of figure out at first, but now that I like got it on the first few times, it's great. I find that this one offers a little bit more support on my back. Like my back isn't as sore when I wear Camdyn in this one because it's like a structured carrier. And I also find that this one's a lot more breathable. So in the warm weather, I kind of prefer that one. But then we also have we have 2 wraps, but the one that I'm going to recommend is the Daisy Grow wrap carrier, only because it comes in 2 different sizes. So we're gifted a different one, but it fits me a lot better than it fits Connor. So we bought this one in a size that Connor could wear. It also doesn't hurt to have 2 because babies spit up everywhere all the time. Wraps can be really intimidating because they seem so complicated, but it's super easy to kind of figure out how to do and put on, and we use that one quite often, especially around the house when Camdyn's having a fussy day and you need to cook and things like that. Next, I'm going to talk about diapering essentials. The diapers I prefer to use are Pampers Pure. They're just more natural. They don't have added chemicals and fragrance and yada yada yada. I'm not that picky in diapers. We haven't had to purchase diapers yet because we did a diaper raffle at my baby shower, so we have tons and tons of diapers, but those are just the ones I like the best. Camdyn seems to be able to wear whatever. He's worn like Pampers Swaddlers, Pampers Pure, and then a couple different kinds of Huggies, and doesn't seem to bother him. As for wipes, I really like the water wipes, but I don't like the case of them. Like it doesn't have like a lid that you can close. And I also heard that the like travel cases, they don't really fit in very well, and then they can go moldy if it's not done correctly and all of that kind of stuff. I also like the Burts Bees diaper rash cream. Camdyn hasn't had a diaper rash yet. Like I mentioned, diapers don't really seem to bother him. We put the diaper rash cream on at night, usually as kind of a barrier in case if he were to poop and we didn't know. I also like the Live Clean non-petroleum jelly instead of Vaseline. I prefer trying to use more natural things with less harsher ingredients. So I really like that one, again, as a barrier. So we have in our nursery, we bought a dresser and then like set up like a changing station on top. And I actually didn't want a changing station. I thought it was kind of ridiculous, but Connor was like, oh, I really want one. And I'm glad that we have one because we actually use it all the time. I almost never change his diaper, not at his like diaper station or on his dresser, unless it's the middle of the night and we're in bed. I do recommend getting like a little diaper station. So I bought like this caddy thing from Michael's. It's supposed to be used for crafts, and I like set up, it's got like diapers and wipes, and we have another change pad, but I definitely recommend getting something like that just to have in your room. That way if you have to do like a midnight change or whatever, it's just right there. You don't have to go into the next room. Even though the next room's not very far, if your baby realizes that you've left, they cry, or just bringing them over there does tend to wake them up a little bit more. So I definitely recommend making your own little diaper station, or two. So we have the portable one, the little rolly cart, and then we have one in his room. So the changing pad that we bought was the Munchkin Secure Grip changing pad. It fits nicely on the dresser. You actually screw it to the back of the dresser, which I didn't know, which is really cool. And then it has like the buckles for when your baby starts thrashing all over the place, you can lock them in there. Changing pad cover that we use, we have a couple, but my favorite one is the Trendlab Plush changing pad cover. It's just cute, goes with the theme. It's not an essential, but the actual changing pad itself is cold, so I like having a changing pad cover on there. But because I have a boy and he pees every time you open the diaper, we also have a waterproof changing pad liner, which is the Munchkin waterproof changing pad liner that you can buy on Amazon, just because then if you were to pee, normally it goes on the liner, you can just toss the liner in the laundry basket, and then that way you're not like going through change pads like mad and hating your life. Because that was another thing with some people were like, these change pads are cold, but then my baby pees everywhere, so if I like waste money on an actual changing pad cover, I'm constantly changing them. This was kind of the best solution that I found, and obviously we do have accidents, but we have two. And then I also do recommend a diaper Genie. I know some people think they're a waste of money, but I find that they contain the scent really, really well, and it's just nice to have something that's right there. Because if it was in a traditional garbage can, you could smell it, and you're gonna be changing it a lot more often, or you're either gonna have to be bringing a dirty diaper into like your kitchen, all that stuff. So I like having a diaper Genie. It can be a little bit expensive because you have to buy the Genie refills. So he's 3 months old. We're on our second set of like the 3-pack refills. So I can see why some people think they're a waste of money, but I really like having one, and I would recommend one. Feeding essentials. So I'm going to recommend some bottles, but Camdyn is being a little bit finicky lately and like doesn't want to take bottles all of a sudden. He used to be really good, and he took a bottle a day, and then when he started waking up less at night, we just stopped giving him a bottle because we were like, my breasts were getting too full, and then when I did wake up to feed him, I'd have to pump, and it was just this whole mess. So we were like, let's just not do a bottle. And then I needed to give him one recently, and he like refused. He just was like, I want to chew on this. Okay, so the 2 bottles that I did find were working for us in the beginning, and they didn't interfere with his breastfeeding, because I know they say you shouldn't introduce a bottle until breastfeeding's been established, 4 to 6 weeks, blah, blah, blah. But we did have some incidents where he needed to be fed, and pumped milk was the answer. So the 2 that we used were the Tommee Tippee Closer to Nature and the Nook Simply Natural. Both of the nipples that we use are slow flow nipples, which is what they recommend that you use with a breastfed baby. That way they don't become lazy and prefer the bottle. I find he actually likes the Tommee Tippee one better than the Nook Simply Naturals, but he will take both. Sorry, let me rephrase that. He would take both. The breast pump that I use is the Evenflo Feeding Hospital Strength Advanced Double Breast Pump. I like the breast pump because it's affordable. Breast pumps are super expensive, and honestly, I would really consider if you're actually going to plan to pump regularly, because if I didn't have the issue where Camdyn was a few days old and I needed to encourage my milk to come in a little bit faster and I needed to be able to pump to feed him, I probably wouldn't have got one, because I like the Haka better. So I'll get to the Haka in a second. The Evenflo one is nice for like a double breast pump. It's affordable, it gets the job done. Now that I have the Haka, I never use my double breast pump. It takes batteries, so it's good for travel, and I may use it a little bit more while we're traveling, and I may like actually need to pump a little bit more regularly. But the Haka, it's like the silicone cup that you like suction to your boob, and it catches all of the letdown. You can also use it as a manual pump for when you're out or whatever, and I just find that one's easier because I can just stick it there and it catches milk, and I'm creating a stash without really having to try that hard. So I definitely recommend the Haka. Milk storage bags that I use are the Parents' Choice breast milk storage bags. Again, they're affordable. You do have to be careful because they're like plastic bags, and they can get caught on things and then leak, and then that's not fun because you're wasting your liquid gold. And another thing that I recommend are gas drops, the OVOL Gas Drops. Camdyn was super gassy because I have an overactive letdown, so that contributes to gas, and he was miserable. So we tried gripe water, it didn't work. And then these OVOL Gas Drops were recommended by my midwife. She said they may or may not work, but I find that they work wonders. He enjoys the taste of it. They help him pass gas easily, gets the job done. Other things that I recommend for feeding, receiving blankets. We don't own any birth cloths. All we use are receiving blankets, and they're great. Catches my letdown, good for spit up, good for drool, good for pretty much about anything. So we have tons and tons of receiving blankets. I have a bunch of the Carter's Simply Joy ones that you get on Amazon. I definitely recommend those. Another thing I mentioned in my 3-month update was Camdyn has started teething. So we bought this banana teether. It's great because it's little and it fits into his mouth, but he can't quite hold on to it. But we just kind of like wet it, pop it in the freezer for a little bit, and then put it on his mouth when it's a little bit cool, and he really enjoys just kind of chomping down on it. So I recommend that if you have a baby that's teething a little bit early and the teething rings don't quite fit into their mouth just yet. So up next is bathing essentials. So baby bathtub, we have the Fisher-Price 4-in-1 sling and seat tub, and what I like about this baby bathtub is that it like transforms with them. So he's actually just grown out of the stage 1 where he's in the sling, and then it has like this green thing that you put in, and then it keeps them from slipping down, and then there's a way to help them sit up, and then it's just a tub. I do recommend getting one because it's just, I find it a lot easier to be able to like put him in the sling, and then I can use my hands to wash him, and I'm not worried about like him falling or slipping or whatever. Baby bath products, so you need things like shampoo, soap, and then lotions. So I like the Live Clean stuff, that's what we use. And while talking about the Live Clean things, a lotion that we use, which I guess could also be a diapering essential, I don't know. Camdyn has a really dry skin, and I don't know if it's a combination, it's probably a combination of the Canadian weather that's all over the place, and I need to put this pen down, and the fact that my apartment's really dry. We do have a humidifier, but we like the Live Clean eczema lotion because it's not fragranced, and I find that it really helps with his really dry skin. So he gets really dry skin on his wrists, his elbows, and the backs of his shoulders, so that's what we've been using. This is a newer one, but I really like it so far. And then I'm gonna throw this in here is like a safety kit. So you need things like a little hairbrush, nail clippers, booger sucker, all of that kind of stuff. And Safety First makes this nice little at-home safety kit, which comes with all of the essentials. So I definitely recommend that. And then last but not least, we're just gonna talk about like at-home odds and ends type things. Newborn lounger. I have a Boppy newborn lounger, which I absolutely love. For the first like 3 months, Camdyn can hang out in it when we're like just sitting on the couch or just we're eating. I put him in the Boppy lounger on the floor as we eat. I find that he likes lying in it because he feels like cozy. I don't really know how to explain it, but I 10 out of 10 recommend a Boppy lounger. Pacifiers, Camdyn does use a pacifier. The two that I find that he likes the best are the Philips Advent and the MAM. He prefers the MAM now, but when he was first introduced to a pacifier, he liked the Philips Advent. So we have a couple of other ones that we've tried, but the MAM seems to be his favorite. Pacifier clips, they are great so you don't lose pacifiers, or pacifiers are constantly dropping on the floor and then you have to wash it. So I really like the silicone ones. So we have a silicone teething bead pacifier clip holder from Amazon. I really like it just because as he's teething, he can chew on that as well, and it's just kind of there. Fragrance-free laundry soap, so you should always be washing your baby's clothes before that they're even worn, but in a fragrance-free laundry detergent. So I like Baby Organics. Also, a stain remover, the OxiClean Baby, works wonders for blowouts. Camdyn hasn't had too many blowouts, but I swear every single time he's wearing white. We have like a little bin, and then you put hot water, the OxiClean, and then you just soak it. That shirt will be good as new. Sometimes it takes like you have to wash it, don't put it in the dryer, and then re-soak it, but I've been able to get a blowout out of every single outfit that Camdyn's ruined. Baby swing, which I have right there. So we have the Fisher-Price Sweet Snuggle Puppy Dreams Cradle and Swing. So this is great for when he was going through leaps and wouldn't sleep. We plucked him in there to sleep, which I know isn't the most recommended thing, but we would always supervise him when he was sleeping in it. You gotta do what you gotta do when you're a parent. So I like this one because it has 2 different motions. So it rocks from side to side or it rocks front to back. And then it plays daytime music, nighttime music, white noise. There's different speeds. And then it has a mobile on there that spins. And then at the top of the mobile is like this mirror where they can look at themselves. Camdyn didn't really care for it probably for the first month of his life, but then after that he actually enjoys being in it. So it's a nice activity for when we have stuff that we're trying to do and Camdyn is like in one of those moods where he just wants to be moving. Pluck him in the swing and he's normally content. Activity, gyms and mats and playthings. We have 3. We have the Fisher-Price kick and piano, which Camdyn loves. He loves kicking that thing. There's a little mirror that it attaches and he can look at himself, and then there's a couple hanging toys. He's not at the stage where he's really interested in hanging toys just yet, and I know that varies from baby to baby, but so this would be the one that I recommend the most because he loves to just kick. One of the ones that we have are the Skip Hop Treetop Friends Activity Gym. It has like a little mirror in the center of the mat for tummy time. Lots of hanging toys, they make different noises. And then we have another one, which I don't have the name of right now, but I will link it. That one's also great because it has like the singing elephant that has like these flashing lights and sings, and Camdyn really loves that one as well. And then last but not least, you need a baby book. So the baby book that I purchased was the baby's book for the first 5 years, and it just has like little forest animals on it. But what I liked about that one was that it encompassed like the first 5 years of life. So for the first year, it's like 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, blah, blah, blah. And then it's year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. So it's a great memory keeper. I keep mine out so I don't forget. And then when I film these videos, I also write in the baby book just kind of the different things that Camdyn's been doing. It also has like a little bit about pregnancy, a little bit about mom and dad and family and stuff like that. So I really like that one. All right, I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I almost forgot, baby monitor. We do use a baby monitor, even though we live in an apartment and I can hear him when he's crying. He makes a lot of like weird noises, like grunting and groaning and all of that kind of stuff. I like to be able to kind of just keep an eye on him while he's in his bassinet. So we use the Heim Vision 136 baby monitor. We really like it. The monitor and the camera just connect to each other. It doesn't connect over Wi-Fi, so there's no creepy hackers or anything. It's not one that I had actually really heard about. So we had an Amazon gift card that we used to purchase it. So we were just kind of on Amazon looking at different ones that were reasonably priced because baby monitors can be really expensive. And don't get me wrong, this one wasn't like super cheap, but it was a lot more affordable. So we really like this one, and it's great because it's portable, pretty easy to like move around. Baby monitor, 10 out of 10, recommend the Heim Vision 136. All right guys, that's everything for my newborn essentials video. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know if you have any newborn essentials that I didn't mention down below. I tried to prepare and like make a list and all of this stuff, but I'm a mom. What can I do? So subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment. Also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is @Cassie'sCorner, and check out my blog. It's linked down below. A lot of these things that you see on YouTube I also put on my blog, but I do a little bit of extra stuff. Until next time, bye.